Coming up today on Studio 13 Live. The United States Air Force Band of the Golden West is giving us a special performance with the Commanders Jazz Combo ahead of their shows in Seattle and Tacoma this week.
Plus, the first self-serve bubble tea shop in Seattle, Boba Up, is making their delicious drinks for us in the studio.
And Duke Seafood is sharing how they're supporting salmon restoration and research with their new Upriver Cabernet wine. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today.
Hello. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm Carly Henderson, and alongside me today is China Green.
Hello, how are we doing? Thanks for allowing me back again.
Thanks for coming to hang with us. Last week was a blast.
Yes.
I think we're going to eat and drink some good things today, too.
Oh, no.
It's good. Today, tomorrow, it's going to be great. Tough day to be here. The playoff run continues for the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, so they won their game last night in Denver, now lead the series 3-2. So before they come back home to play at Climate Pledge Arena tomorrow night.
Yep, and if they win that game, they clinch the series. And joining us to talk all about it is Fox 13's Ian Furness. Hi.
Hi, good morning, and thank you for inviting me on this show. I've been wanting to come on this show since it started. It's about eating and drinking. I'm a cougar. Are you kidding me? Why did it take so long? Huh?
I'm so glad we have you on. Talk to us about the game last night and how the team looks now kind of heading into tomorrow's night at home.
It's remarkable. Yeah, no, it's remarkable what's going on with these guys. They don't have a player in the season that was in the top 20 in scoring. They don't have a superstar, and yet they're beating the defending Stanley Cup champions who do have superstars. And obviously last night was a little bit easier for Seattle in the sense that Cale Makar didn't play. He's the best defenseman on the planet. Great player at both ends of the ice. And you know, Seattle's missing Jared McCann. He'll probably miss the rest of the series with the injury he suffered at the hands of the Makar hit the other night. But, you know, McCann hadn't scored yet. Makar is a great player, so Seattle took advantage, and now they have a chance to clinch on home ice at Climate Pledge Arena in what is going to be an absolute insane atmosphere inside and outside. They're going to have the beer garden outside tomorrow. It's going to be 78 degrees. It is going to be a wild, wild night here in Seattle. Oh, by the way, the NFL draft's going on, too, which for some reason is now going to take the back seat to the Kraken. Whoever thought that would happen, but it's a great time to be a sports fan in Seattle. It
is a great time to live in Seattle, period. And you're talking about the energy for the next game. What was the game like yesterday?
Well, yesterday in Denver, it was, I think, subdued. I think, you know, just talking to Alyssa Charleston, who was down there covering, said it was Alyssa and I were at games 3 and 4 in Seattle, and she said it was far different there than it was in Seattle. And, you know, you go back to game 3, the first ever home playoff game for the Kraken on Saturday night last week at home, and it was like a festive party atmosphere, guys. It was like opening day in baseball, but, you know, kind of on steroids. It was that big. It was crazy. But it was more celebratory. And then, you know, game 4 on Monday with Seattle trailing the series 2-1, it felt more like playoffs, if that makes sense. It felt like there was some nervous energy in the building. And, you know, when Jordan Eberle scored in overtime, the place went crazy. The press box was shaking. I literally, it was shaking. I said, I hope the Live Wikis, you know, did a nice safety check before they put this building together and open it up, because that building was shaking. It was crazy, but it was nervous and fun. And then, you know, obviously what's going to happen tomorrow, who knows? It's going to be wild. Aaron Levine will be there covering it. I'll be at the Seahawks. We're going to be all over the place with Fox 13 Sports. But tomorrow night, it could be a historic night for Seattle. And, you know, getting to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with this team in its second year, no one saw this coming. You always hear the cliche, guys, in the sports. It's like, and no one believed in us, and no one gave us a chance, and blah, blah, blah. Heck, you're going to hear that tonight in the NFL draft. No one ever thought I'd be, you know, a first-round pick. No, everyone did since you were in 8th grade. But that's how sports is. This is actually true. If you hear the Kraken saying no one expected us to do this, you're right. Nobody expected them to do this. I looked at The Athletic. They predicted a sweep. In fact, every writer from The Athletic said Seattle had no chance to win. Not 1%. They had 0% chance to win. ESPN, ESPN.com, not one person picked Seattle. So it is, if they are able to close it out, it will surprise everybody. It won't be the Miracle on Ice of 1980, but it will be kind of close.
Definitely. What's it been like for you kind of covering the Kraken's first postseason run?
Selfishly, it's been fun from this standpoint. I started in the broadcast business doing Thunderbird games back in the 90s on the radio, and I rode a bus in the Western Hockey League for 5 years through Northern Canada and all over the place. And so that's kind of how I cut my chops in this business. And then I did minor league hockey play-by-play, American Hockey League, which is like the AAA of Coachella Valley level hockey for 5 or 6 years. I still do some stuff. We've done games on Fox 13 plus for many years with the Thunderbirds. So, I'm a hockey fan. I love the sport. And so to cover the Stanley Cup playoffs in my hometown, and I did the first game, their first win on the road in Nashville on the radio. So I fill in there here and there. And so it's been a thrill. Honestly, selfishly, professionally, it's been a thrill to watch this. I'm a little bummed out that I won't be there tomorrow, but we've got, I'm the Seahawks guy, right? So I got to go cover the Seahawks, and Aaron will be at Climate Pledge. We got to be all over the place. So I'm just hoping we get to the second round with the Kraken and get a chance to go cover some more playoff games. But like I said, it's a great time to be alive if you're a Seattle sports fan. We haven't had this in a long, long time. It's really fun. And I would just tell people, listen, if you don't have a ticket for the game, and I know we're giving away some via 93.3 KJR-FM and also through our morning show on Fox 13. If you can't get to the game, then go find a watch party. The Queen Anne Beer Hall is having huge watch parties. The 32 Bar and Grill, those two are partners of ours and also of the Kraken. They're having big viewing parties. So go watch it. Enjoy it with everybody else. It's that kind of fun right now.
Do you think the NBA is watching the energy around here and taking some notes?
Yes, China, they are. The NBA is going to come back. I'll just, it's like the most often asked question, anytime in our business of sports radio and sports TV, we do a lot of radio hits and talk to people across the country. They ask to be, us to be a guest on their show and vice versa. I'm always asked that. And I can tell you this for a fact. The NBA is coming to Seattle. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And by and large, it feels like we'll know a timeline for the NBA coming here. China, when your old hometown, when Las Vegas, when they put a shovel in the ground for the new building they're going to build, which is an Oakview building, Oakview Group, the Tim Lewicki, they're almost there. I think they're just going through some environmental studies right now. When that shovel goes in the ground, we'll know what the timeline is, because Vegas and Seattle, most people believe, are going to come in together as the 31st and 32nd teams in the NBA. And so when that happens, we'll get the NBA. And my goodness, we could be, just 2 or 3, 4 years away at the most of perhaps having an NFL draft, NBA playoffs, and NHL playoffs all at the same time. Sorry, Mariners, we'll pay attention to you guys in June.
And while we have you, we've been talking a lot of sports here, obviously. NFL draft is tonight. What are you expecting coming out of this? Well,
first of all, we're such a Seahawks-centric town. That's why this conversation has been fun. We've gone a few minutes and haven't even mentioned really the Seahawks, right? And this is, we're talking Blue Fridays here. Everyone at Fox 13 forever. You go to the station on a Friday, and Carly, you better get to know this very well. On Fridays, you have to wear blue, period, end of story, even if you're not from here, China, right? You know that rule by now. It's a Blue Friday thing. But I think the Seahawks are in a great position. They are in a situation where they've never been there. To this group, John Schneider, Pete Carroll, this is their 14th draft together. That's an eternity in the NFL. And they're going to have the number 5 pick and the number 20 pick today. In fact, I think we have a graphic you can show how the draft's going to look and what it's going to be. But we have the number 5 in Seattle, the number 20 in Seattle today. That's the first round. Then tomorrow is rounds 2 and 3. They have 3 more picks tomorrow. So they have 5 picks in the top 83. And just for some context for your viewers, if you're not, that's a ton. That is a lot of draft capital. That is an ability to take a team that was in the playoffs last year and make them even better going ahead next season. And then day 3 on Saturday, rounds 4 through 7. They have 10 total picks. I think they'll end up with more. John Schneider will make some trades. We'll be at the VMAC today, tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, Saturday morning. We're going to be there. We're going to be there basically, I feel like 24/7 on Fox 13 and also on 93.3 KJR-FM Sports Radio, KJR, our radio partner. So yeah, it's going to be fun talking draft, and you never know what to expect with John and Pete. They make picks all the time that are honestly ones that we don't see coming, and that's what makes it a lot of fun and very dramatic as well. And like I said, Seattle sports fans, you're going to have a choice tomorrow. You get the NFL draft and Game 6 for the Kraken, a clinching game. What are you going to do? What are you going to watch? What are you going to listen to? I don't know. It's going to be fun.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us today. I feel like you're our insider. You told us so much.
Well, I just want to be there when the drinks are served next time. China, what you know people, talk to people. Why am I not there having drinks with you guys?
I know people. I've been here for 2 years, and I finally got a seat at the table last week, all right? I'm working on it.
I want to see at your table. B-Mac gets in there. Alyssa gets in there. Levine will probably be next. Who knows? Come on now.
You're next, my friend.
You're
You're
next.
next.
All right. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Ian, thanks. And don't forget, we are giving away tickets to tomorrow's playoff game at Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, make sure you watch Good Day Seattle tomorrow between 6 and 6:30. Write down the secret word, then listen to KJR between 8 and 8:30 for the signal to call in, and good luck. Wow. Lots of good stuff happening. We unfortunately have to start off our entertainment stories on a little bit of a sad note because it's been confirmed that longtime TV personality Jerry Springer has died. According to a family spokesperson, Springer died peacefully at his Chicago home after a brief illness. He was the one-time mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio, but he's best known for hosting the daytime talk show, The Jerry Springer Show, that ran from 1991 to 2018, completing 27 seasons and more than 4,000 episodes. Springer even had an appearance on Fox's Masked Singer last year where he performed as the Beatle. I actually worked with Jerry Springer previously. Yeah, so he was a guest on my old show a couple of times, and he's just such a smart, funny person. And fun fact, he used a flip phone.
Really?
Yeah, no fancy iPhones, nothing. I put a little video up on my Instagram of us behind the scenes, but he just has like an old school flip phone that he doesn't need all, he doesn't need internet and all of that stuff on there. So it was great to, interact with him and have those memories. So we're sending his family all the love.
Yeah, very, very, very sad.
Yeah.
All right, so other news in entertainment. Miley Cyrus fans, they think she released a secret album full of breakup songs. So here is why. So the day Miley released Endless Summer Vacation, an unknown artist named Clara Pierce also released an album called Down With Me. So many fans on social media are claiming that Clara Pierce's voice sounds mysteriously like Miley Cyrus. Once the claims went viral on social media, the Down With Me album was removed from streaming platforms. So was it Miley Cyrus?
I think that it probably was. There's basically two theories going around. There's a theory thinking that it's AI because we've seen all of these artists that have put out AI albums or people that have put them out to make them sound like Drake or Michael Jackson, which is a possibility. But I listened pretty closely and it does sound like Miley Cyrus. I think the more likely theory is that these are demos that she recorded previously and somebody stole them and put them up online. Yes, because 3 of the songs on this album were previously leaked songs from Miley. So I think that's probably what happened there. And then somebody just used a random name and photo hoping that they could share the music and not get caught for it.
That's unfortunate.
I know. I know.
Poor Miley.
I know. Coming up, we are checking in with our friends Jody and Bender from mornings on 95.7 The Jet.
They are going to give us a scoop on a hot new movie hitting theaters soon. It is Thursday, which means it is time for the best part of the day.
Yes, we are joined by Jody and Bender from mornings on 95.7 The Jet. Hey guys, did you watch the Kraken game yesterday?
What's that?
Did you watch the Kraken game yesterday?
Yes, we did. Are you kidding?
You're rocking the jersey.
From here.
Oh my God. So here it is. We get, of course, one more game at Climate Pledge. It's going to be the game tomorrow night where we have anything to do with it. We are ousting the reigning Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche.
We are.
By the way, do you like the way we are here in studio? We're testing all of our cameras and so on. And now Jody is on my side of the board. This is where I typically stand. Jody's over there. But look.
Yeah, we have to share today, so bear with us.
Say hi to everybody, Jody.
Yeah, I said hi. I was waving from behind you.
How are you guys? You good?
Really good.
We're doing good. We're excited for tomorrow, talking all sports all the time. But apparently there's some movies that we need to talk about.
Well, see, here's the thing. CinemaCon has been going on, and they unveiled a couple of movies. And again, depending upon your age, do either of you guys remember The Fall Guy? Remember The Fall Guy?
They're not going to know The Fall Guy.
No.
I barely know The Fall Guy.
Oh, what? Lee Majors
No.
as the stuntman turned bounty.
No.
Oh,
Fill us
Lee
in.
Majors. It's going to be Ryan Gosling as Colt Seavers, who of course was
all that
immortalized by
matters.
Lee Majors.
They don't know who Lee made.
You know who Lee Majors is? The $6 Million man?
No, they don't know.
We
what
know
that
We
is.
know
Ryan
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
We're here for the Kenergy.
The new Barbie movie.
Sure. Okay. So that's one of the movies that has been unveiled. Fast 10 Part 2. Vin Diesel's already pimping the sequel to the movie that's not even out yet.
We're still doing that.
What's that?
We're still doing that. We're still making those movies.
Yeah, we're still doing that.
Okay.
Yes, we are. In fact,
We need more,
in
apparently.
fact, all next week on the morning show on 95.7 The Jet, we have tickets to see Fast 10,
Then that's great.
the premiere screening of it. So that's good.
Very much looking forward to that.
The Exorcist is going to be rebooting with a new trilogy, and that was unveiled at CinemaCon.
And apparently scared the bejesus out of everyone. Like
The
this is
original
one
was
to-
scary.
This is supposed to be amazing. It got rave reviews at CinemaCon.
All right. Well, let's
All right.
switch
And-
gears a little
and-
bit. One family I hear is making sure that their kid gets a lot of protein, but not in the way you might expect. Fill us in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to yield the floor for Jody and
Yeah.
her story.
Yeah. So, a food writer actually in Toronto has an 18-month-old daughter, and she found that her grocery bills were getting kind of out of control. So she decided to supplement her protein, not with beef or chicken or pork or any of the traditional ways that we are familiar with. She decided to start feeding her crickets.
What?
Yeah, crickets. Crickets, yeah. Crickets. You know, in some parts of the world,
Sure.
insects are eaten quite regularly, but not Toronto. That's not necessarily one of those parts of the world.
You
So,
can get chocolate-covered ones at T-Mobile Park.
and you apparently can get
Perfect.
powdered crickets as well. And you can put it in pancakes and you can put it in cereals and oatmeal. And her daughter is 18 months old and very healthy. She tried feeding her a whole cricket, and the little girl said no and spit it out,
Oh, God.
just like Bender would. Yeah.
Right, 100%.
You guys ever try insects of any kind?
That's
I don't
gonna
think
be
so.
A no for me. But what happens when this little child becomes, you know, of kindergarten age and is out playing in the grass and is just down in crickets in front of all the students?
Then she will have her own issues to deal with. And maybe it'll be a popularity thing. Maybe it'll make her original and unique that she enjoys eating bugs that she finds out on the playground. Who knows?
Yeah,
Listen,
but
in-
she's getting all the
Who
protein.
knows?
That's all that matters.
In
Lots of
2035,
protein.
who,
I
kn-
can't
who knows?
believe you guys don't know what the Fall Guy is. I'm very disappointed in that. I can't. That was a great show.
What year? What year was that?
1943.
19,
Okay, well,
19 it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
That
it was in the 80s.
before.
We weren't old enough.
I wasn't born.
Okay. Man, am I that old?
I'm not even old enough.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Hey, go Kraken!
Go Kraken. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Crickets. That's my takeaway. Crickets. All right, still to come here on Studio 13 Live. If you want to head to the Skagit Valley to see the tulips, you still have some time.
Yeah, because Tulip Town announced an extension to its season. Just how long you have coming up.
Hey, Tulip Town has extended its season through at least May 7th. The update says that as the fields are alive in color, Tulip Town will be open. Ultimately, Mother Nature will decide how long it's open. For the latest information, be sure to check out their social media pages where they will be posting all about daily field checks. I actually went to Tulip Town
You did?
last weekend. I really wanted to make sure to go see while we still could because
Yeah.
it's such like a limited time opportunity,
Right.
you know? So I went out there. These are my
Aw.
pictures. It was the colors were really popping. It was so beautiful. I took my dog. We chose, there's 4 different farms you can go to up there, 4 main farms. But we chose this one because it's a dog friendly one. So I brought my dog Waffles.
Well, you look absolutely stunning.
Thank you. It was really fun. I just love like a wholesome daytime
Yeah.
activity like that too. So it was
They
great. Highly
sent me
recommend.
out there to look at the tulips when it like the first day or two
Yeah.
to go to do live shots for the morning show, and none of them were blooming.
Because it was late this year, right?
But they allotted me like 5 minutes or 4 minutes.
Oh, no.
So I just had to talk about all these green stems that were just beautiful. But
Just willing them to bloom while you were
yes,
there.
yeah. But I'm glad you got to see them
Yeah.
and you looked great. So
Thank
that works.
you.
So 2023, is it the year of men wearing crop tops? Well, singer Shawn Mendes says yes, absolutely. Mendes says that he thinks crop tops are beautiful and men shouldn't be afraid to wear them. This comes after he wore a crop top to a Tommy Hilfiger campaign and received a whole bunch of opinions on it. I don't even wear a crop top.
I don't wear
So,
crop tops either.
Good for him.
I think it's kind of hot. He looked really good in a crop top. I don't mind a man in a crop top. Or I've been seeing more guys wearing like short shorts lately. And I was
Yeah.
just telling my boyfriend yesterday, like, would you ever wear short shorts? Because I think they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
I kind of like the men's style evolving. It's
I like
nice.
short shorts and some thigh tats.
Okay.
Let's bring it together. Let's bring it out. Yeah.
Does your significant other have thigh tattoos?
He doesn't have any tattoos.
Not yet.
No, I have 10 and
Really?
he has none. Yeah, on my arms. People
Yes.
That confuses people, but.
Yeah. Well, the rise of digital wine men is here. So more and more online daters are using artificial intelligence to help them connect with potential matches. Messaging tools like Riz and Keys will actually create responses for people who are bad at breaking the ice or keeping a conversation going. The AI programs give users the option of making the responses funny, flirty, or romantic. The creators of Riz said that the programs even look at your tone and vocabulary to create text that will reflect your personality. How do we feel about this?
I feel like I haven't dated in a while, but I feel like the days of asking people your favorite color is finally over.
It is.
Which is great.
Okay, so you're here for the creative responses and that sort of thing. I think it's a good training tool for someone to learn how to communicate with, whoever they are interested in. But I think it's going to be real obvious if you're leaning hard on these tools to make the person think that you are just as witty when you meet them in person. Because can you imagine going on a date with someone that's just been like so funny and flirty in all of these text messages, and then it's like super awkward when you're sitting across the table from them or something? I don't know. Training tool only.
Yeah, let's break off the training wheels at some point. All right, so sometimes it's nice to shower your friends with love and compliments. The first time I read this morning, I thought it said sometimes it's nice to shower with your friends. And I was like, this show is different, honey. But the new career shower trend is going around online. So it's when a friend honors your professional achievements, like a new job or promotion or launching a business. And it definitely seems like one of the more positive trends out there. And I'm all for this because as somebody in the 30s, I haven't gotten married yet. I haven't had, a kid yet. So I think it's changing. A lot of people get married in their early 20s, and to kind of shift that into, celebrating and showering women or whoever, with career stuff is great. And I love the shift.
I love it too. I feel like, our society is so good at celebrating romantic relationships and, achievements in that way. And same with like expanding families and that sort of thing. But yeah, for people who, focus on other things or maybe want to achieve, career progress, or I don't know, that they have different goals. I feel like there aren't as many just like staple celebrations for them in our society. So it is really nice. I remember when I got this job, like my best friend sent me a book by Kelly Ripa, who was like, I just felt very celebrated in that way. And I got so many text messages from people who were just encouraging me and that sort of thing. But I love the idea of having a little shower, even like when someone gets a pet, having like a pet shower is really cute because there's so many other amazing things to celebrate in people's lives too. Yeah. Well, let's talk about traffic, because if someone cuts you off in traffic, apparently we're not supposed to blame them. We're supposed to blame their parents. Okay. A new survey found 2/3 of people who admitted to being bad drivers say that they were raised by parents who were also bad drivers. Generation to generation, the worst driving habit passed down is speeding. Other driving tendencies passed down include road rage, poor spatial awareness, and being bad at parallel parking. Interesting. I guess we're all just looking for somebody to blame.
Dad? Dad, is that you? It has been more than 3 years since the start of the pandemic. So someone on Reddit asked, what is the weirdest thing that you remember about the start? So here are some of the top answers here. Hoarding toilet paper, baking bread at home, watching Tiger King, Zoom parties for birthdays and graduations. So what do you remember most about the start of the pandemic?
TikTok, spending a lot of time on TikTok for the first time. I remember the sounds and the songs that were trending during that time, like the Say So by Doja Cat, like da-da-da-da-da. I just like, whenever I hear that, I think back to like being stuck inside my house and that sort of thing. I also hosted a lot of live streaming concerts during that time. Really? Yeah, and I did them from my mom's backyard. So I guess that was like a positive memory from there too. So fun. I did that for like a year or maybe even 2 years, during the pandemic. So that was a positive thing to come from it. What about you?
I would say Tiger King. When I was reading that, immediately I was like, Tiger King. Tiger King owned the pandemic, and he was very entertaining, so we appreciate him for that.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I would say like walks around the neighborhood. I thought it was really cute. Everybody started taking walks. Did you ever hear about the like howl at the moon at 8 p.m. trend too? Where people would would go outside. It was just like this Facebook movement, at least in Colorado where I was at the time, where people go outside and just howl at a certain time of night.
yeah.
That's interesting.
No.
We needed more things to do during that time.
Clearly.
Weirdly, I would look forward to it though. Anyway, coming up on Studio 13 Live, we are making delicious teas with Boba Up, the very first self-serve bubble tea place in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, so learn how to make their rainbow drink with lychee jelly. We'll be right back. It is time for Seattle Sips, where we highlight amazing drinks in our area.
And today we are joined by Maya Liu and Michelle Liu with Boba Up. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in here. I love how colorful you made our set today. Boba Up, it's actually the first self-serve bubble tea place in the Pacific Northwest. Tell us all about it and how it works.
Yeah, so we're located in the University District. We're the first self-serve bubble tea in the Pacific Northwest. So it works like you'll basically build your dream drink, essentially. So you'll pick the toppings you want, pick the flavor. We have over 500 different combinations that you can make.
gosh.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
And then you'll just pick whatever you want and then put a lid on it and then pop the straw and you're all good.
Fabulous.
So talking about all these flavors is probably overwhelming, but you can actually taste test them beforehand?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we really recommend that you taste test them because what we found is like when we're like really big boba fanatics too.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is like we're always kind of like hesitant to like try out new flavors. So this is like the best thing about self-serve at Boba Up is you can try it and see what you're gonna get before you get the whole thing.
And what is the most popular flavors that you have?
It's gonna be the taro milk tea or the classic brown sugar milk tea with the boba.
Amazing. Well, I'm excited to try some today. What are we going to be making?
So we'll make the rainbow drink,
Okay.
which is basically like a sparkling water with the flavorful, like a fruit flavor.
Okay.
So the bottom one will be like the strawberry popping boba, and then the second layer will be the coconut lychee jelly, blue raspberry, mango, strawberry.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So you're going to show us how to make it?
Yes, we
Let's do
will.
it. What do we do first?
So the first, you get ready, get prepared everything. First, you put the topping first.
Okay.
So to make it colorful, so we can put
is that?
the red first. This is a strawberry popping boba. You want to try?
Look at that. It smells really good.
Yes,
It's really yummy.
And then the second, we can put the white color, which is a coconut lychee jelly.
Cute.
Don't put too much. This is more than enough. And then the third, we will put the ice. And make sure your ice has to be like a lot, because if not a lot, then you will not have the rainbow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it helps
That's
the
the
rainbow
key.
take its
Right.
shape.
So to hold the color.
Okay.
And after you put the ice, now we get prepared. So this one is like the blue raspberry. This is the mango syrup, and this is the strawberry syrup.
Cool.
So
And is that sparkling water you're putting
yes,
in?
the sparkling water. So we put about like this much. That's more than enough.
Feels like science class.
I know.
Yes, it is.
We're getting smarter.
With the beakers.
Cool, cool. So you add the sparkling.
Yes, and then make sure that you stir. So
Okay.
stir well, because if not, well, not rainbow, everything will mix all in
You'll
one.
have brown.
And you have the brown drink.
I'm sure it still tastes good. It's
Yeah,
brown,
it still
but
tastes good.
We want that rainbow color.
Right. So
This is the
the
fun
magic
part.
began. Right.
I have like a lot of anticipation right now waiting.
So in the first one, you can just pour whatever is fine.
Yeah. It's nice that it kind of separates like
Yes.
That looks like America right there.
that. Yeah. American. Patriotic.
So you just need to pour it slow
Okay.
and don't hesitate. Just keep doing it.
You do it so effortlessly.
I know.
Yeah.
Mine would turn brown.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah, mine would mix.
And this, I think, is more than enough. And then we can put the third color.
Were you ever a bartender?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, never. Making
A boba tender.
A boba
Yeah,
tender.
boba
yeah.
tender,
It's exactly like
right.
making a cocktail, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, we have a rainbow drink. And what's this one
Right.
called?
A rainbow drink.
Rainbow drink.
there you go.
Awesome. So we can try these?
Yes.
Sweet. So we've got one of each here.
Let's see what flavors we get.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
I love the bubbles.
So good. I love the like sparkling water too.
Oh, did you try the
So
bottom
good.
one?
Oh, I need to go all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah. And then tell me about the.
It's great. This is delicious, fruity and yummy.
They do pop.
Yeah.
Those are so fun. Oh, I love that.
And then what else do we have here?
Yeah, so we have the taro milk tea right here in the split cup with the Thai milk tea. That's like one of our best sellers together. Right next to it is the taro slush and the honeydew slush. Also a really big favorite because it's so colorful. It's green and it's purple. And then we also have taro milk tea and our classic brown sugar. And lastly, on the far end is going to be a mango slush and a strawberry slush. Those ones are really good.
So this one is brown sugar and taro?
Yes.
I might try that one.
Cool.
And get right in there.
Okay.
Take your pick, China. That's really good. So that's the brown
and
sugar
this-
one.
Another straw.
Oops, like a stress reliever.
This is dessert.
So good. Yeah. I don't know why I'm like savoring my straw and putting it in multiple places there. Yeah. You're also open late in the University District, so if people want a treat or a spot to hang out other than the bar, they can stop by, right? How
Yes.
late are you open?
Midnight.
Okay.
Isn't that fun? Yeah.
Look at that.
Are we in Vegas?
I know.
So do you guys have any alcohol that you pour into it?
Oh, no, but you can do that on your
No, but
own
we
time.
can.
Yeah, you can do it, but no, we're not going to do that. We're G-rated here.
I love it. And April 30th, it's National Bubble Tea Day. You're going to be participating in the Seattle Boba Fest celebration on Saturday. It's your second time participating. Tell us about that.
Yes, so the Seattle Boba Fest, basically this year is the second year that U District has. So there is like a 25 participating the bubble tea store in the U District. And the U District alone, within like a 10 blocks, we have like over 40 bubble tea stores.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it'll be like really fun. Will be, and then for the Boba Up itself, so we all out for this Boba Fest. So there will be like a lot of giveaway. Like we have like
Ooh, we
all the
love
stuff
a
that you see here, like the
giveaway.
giveaway, yeah, like the flash toys, like the keychains, stickers,
Amazing.
balloons.
Thank you guys so much for
yeah.
coming in. That sounds amazing. Maya and Michelle, you are awesome. We've got a link with more info on Boba Up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. We're going to finish these now.
Oh, yeah. It's tough working on the show. But still ahead, the Commanders Jazz Ensemble with the United States Air Force is joining us in studio for a special performance.
Hear all about how they are connecting with the community through their music and their upcoming shows in our area. We'll be right back.
Don't gotta wait today.
Hey, welcome back. The Commanders Jazz Ensemble from the United States Air Force Band of the Golden West is performing in our area this week from the Travis Air Force Base in the Bay Area of California. These amazing men and women serve as part of the Air Mobility Command.
Yeah, so joining us today to share a sneak peek of their upcoming performance is Lieutenant Colonel Christina Moore-Urrutia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We have Senior Airman Alexander Valdez. We have Airman First Class Tomas Antonik and Airman First Class Stephen Morris. So welcome, you guys.
Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're so excited. So the United States Air Force Band of the Golden West has a few different ensembles that perform around the West Coast. Tell us all about that and what it's like being the conductor.
Absolutely. So we are 60 members of our band.
Oh, wow.
We break up into about 10 different ensembles. And as the commander and conductor of the band, it's my pleasure to be able to work with such outstanding musicians in everything from ceremonies to full concerts, orchestral, as well as rock and pop and jazz.
You do it all.
Yes, ma'am.
So this particular group, the Commanders Jazz Ensemble, it focuses on performing big band jazz.
Yes.
So tell us all about how many airmen musicians are a part of this group, where you're from, and what it takes to make the ensemble.
Absolutely. So this group goes back to Glenn Miller and the days of 1941 in supporting the troops. And so this particular group is 19 members from, we've got saxophones, trombones, trumpets, rhythm section, vocal, and audio, and they all come together very quickly to perform this kind of music. It only takes a handful of rehearsals for this level of performer.
Amazing.
And then first and foremost, you are an ambassador for the U.S. Air Force. So
Yes.
talk to us about your mission and how you inspire and connect to, people who are, inspired to walk in your shoes one day.
Thank you. So if no matter where we're stationed in the world, all Air Force bands have the same mission: honor, inspire, and connect. We honor our nation and our military heritage, as well as the defense of freedom that our veterans have done all through the world and those who have died in defense of that freedom. We also inspire resiliency in our airmen, that warfighting spirit. Sometimes they need that encouragement to go another day to fight. And then, of course, inspiring patriotism in our nation's citizens as we remind them of the cost of freedom. And then finally, to connect. We connect with various allies and partners all over the world to make sure we're building relationships and using music to build that bridge. No matter what culture, we can find a way to connect in those ways. So it's really an honor.
It's really the universal way to connect with
It
anybody,
is in many
right?
ways, absolutely.
And with everything going on in Ukraine, I think it should be noted,
Yes.
more than 30% of all aid to Ukraine is actually passed through Travis Air Force
Yes.
Base. Talk about what that means and how you've been able to help.
Absolutely. So I think of the most obvious thing is that our military is created for our nation's defense. But what often a story that isn't told is the effort that goes on in humanitarian support, as well as military to military training, and as we work with our allies and partners around the world. So as the example that you mentioned, much of the aid that has gone to Ukraine has gone through Travis Air Force Base. In 2022 alone, that equated to 160 flights that was carrying 2.6 million tons of cargo. So we're very proud of the efforts that our airmen from Travis Air Force Base have done to support the cause of freedom and the fight for democracy.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
guys do so much, and not only do you perform concerts, but you also teach. You put on music clinics. So talk to us about that.
Absolutely. Part of that inspiration piece is to inspire the next generation to consider service. And one of the ways we do that is through music. Of course, kids light up when you come in, the shiny uniform, and working with the kids to talk about the ways that music can help them, not only as musicians, but in all facets of life. That discipline of music helps you to be a better citizen, as well as helps you with science, engineering, math, all of those important aspects. And so that's one of the things that we do.
And then you guys are performing in our region this week. So now we're going to have a sneak peek performance of all of this. So go ahead and take it away.
Thank you.
And your eyes were closed most of the time. That is so talented.
You've got two shows this week in our area, one tonight in Seattle and tomorrow in Tacoma. Tell us where people can check out your performances.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight we're playing here in Seattle at Benaroya Hall, specifically the Ilsley Ball Nordstrom Recital Hall tonight at 7 p.m. And then tomorrow night we're playing at the Rialto Theater in Tacoma at 7 p.m. the same time. And we're very easy to search online. You can go search USAF Band of the Golden West, and the respective venue. And you can find that we have an Eventbrite, and our event is also at the respective venues' websites, and where you can reserve tickets.
That's wonderful.
But they're free and open to the public, so you are more than welcome
There
to
you
just show up and come join and watch us and have a good time. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I'm sure anyone who attends will have the best time. You can catch the Commander Show tonight in Seattle, tomorrow in Tacoma, and we've got a link with more info up on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. And coming up, Duke Seafood is joining us in studio with a look at their brand new Upriver Red Cabernet.
So see how they're raising money for the Northwest Salmon Restoration Organization through their wine.
Hey, welcome back. How would you like to try some delicious wine and help save our salmon population?
You can do that with the new Up the River Cabernet. So joining us to talk about this is Duke Musgrave, the founder of Duke Seafood, and Mary Womack, co-owner of Winemaker at Damsel Cellar. So thank you guys for joining us today. So tell us about this partnership happening.
Well, first of all, you get
Oh, thank you, Duke.
salmon colored.
I love it.
You should
Thank you so much.
It represents us saving salmon. We're here to talk about restoring salmon because we need some help.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we appreciate this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know you guys developed this with Pat Monahan, who's the lead singer of Train. How did that come about?
Well, Pat and I became friends when we played golf.
Really?
And then my son joined us and they became friends. And the next thing you know, we started talking about sustainable salmon. Pat got turned on to the whole idea. And the next thing you know, we're talking about producing Upriver Red and giving the proceeds and the profits from this to saving salmon, these nonprofits that we support. And then next thing you know, Pat's neighbor, Heather Anderson, and her husband, Mike, joined forces with Mary at Damsel Cellars and produced this incredible tasty wine.
Everything happens over golf these days.
It's amazing.
It always happens
And
over
of course,
golf.
the vineyard is owned by my good friend Raymer Holton at Candy Mountain, which Mary will talk about that wine and those grapes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think you just know everyone around here.
I don't know about
He's
that.
kind of a local legend.
A
you
local
know?
legend. Tonight is a big night, apparently. The wine is being launched at a fundraiser where Pat Monahan will perform. So tell us about this.
Oh, he's doing this for free. It's amazing.
For free?
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing 1-hour concert that he's going to do tonight. And he's so much into saving salmon that he's volunteered to do this with his band. It'll be an amazing night.
That's amazing. And why is it so important to you to save the salmon population?
Well, it kind of hits me right here. It's very moving. We're losing salmon. In the Northwest, we've lost 95% of the wild salmon in the Pacific Northwest. And there used to be like 12 to 16 million fish, salmon, wild salmon that went up the Columbia River. Now guess how much there is? Only 300,000.
Wow.
We need help.
Yeah.
So we're doing this fundraiser and giving the money to these 3 great organizations to accelerate the restoration of wild salmon.
Absolutely.
You are definitely a moving person talking about that and watching you talk about that. Let's talk about the wine.
Sure.
And this whole process here.
So basically what we did, partnering with Duke and Pat and Heather and Mike and all of the people that were involved in this project came together to make a blend that we thought would showcase not only Candy Mountain, but what the environment and sustainability and climate change all mean to us by supporting the salmon. So really with salmon being a keystone species, there's basically a long relationship with agriculture and the salmon population kind of coming back and restoring soil habitat and being kind of that keystone foundation that feeds a lot of our animals. So because it does, kind of influence all these different ecosystems, we thought a wine, friendship-wise, wine brings people together, and from a sustainability standpoint, we'd partner with Candy Mountain Vineyards, which basically is part of the Sustainable Washington program. So we will have a certified wine next year. So continuing that idea of restorative growing, sustainable planting. The wine itself is Cabernet based, and it's got a little bit of Merlot in there, a little bit of Cab Franc. So we actually blended it as a team.
Love it. Can we try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And as you're pouring, tell us kind of how people can get their hands on this wine.
Well, this is going to be sold exclusively at Duke, so.
Okay.
We're releasing it tonight at this fundraiser, which is sold out. But we will have it in the restaurants on May 2nd.
Okay.
And all the profits from this will go to save some salmon.
I love that. So you can order a glass, order a bottle. Can you buy bottles to take home with you?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
On the job?
You know?
On the job.
And let me
Best
just
job
say
ever.
that Mary makes incredibly tasty wine. You wait and see.
Cheers.
Wait and see.
Cheers.
Okay, here you
Ooh,
go.
it makes like music when you cheers these glasses.
They're big
too.
glasses, yeah. We don't mess around.
Yeah, that's a fantastic wine. I love it. So beyond drinking the wine, how can people help?
Well, you can volunteer, which these organizations there's many, many that are doing really great work. You can contribute money, because they all need money. And you can write to your politician and ask them to tear down those lower Snake River dams, which are preventing the salmon to get to their spawning grounds. So those are important things to do.
What would you like the future of salmon to look like?
Boy, I'd like to see millions of fish, you know? they need to be free to be who they've been. And, you know, they lived through the ice ages.
Yeah,
They've been here for millions of years.
absolutely.
We need to restore them.
Well, cheers to
Definitely. Cheers to that. Cheers to the salmon. And
fantastic.
cheers to wine, you know?
Yeah.
This is wonderful. Duke and Mary, thank you so much. So we've posted more info about this on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you.
Yeah,
having us.
see you
Wine.
again.
Always thank you for the wine. Wine and golf brings everyone together. Hey, don't forget, if you have a restaurant or a bar that you think we should feature on the show, just let us know at Studio 13 Live at Fox.com.
See you tomorrow.
Take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna